Hey everybody, this is Captain Eat here for you for another My Hero Academia Manga Chapter Reaction slash review. This is going to be My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 371. Sorry, Together with Shoji-Kun. The first page is right here. So the title is called Together with Shoji-Kun. And we're picking up right where we left off because the first page is literally right where we left off, and Shoji got his mask ripped off and he started yelling at Spinner and all the other mutant quirk users. So let's get into it. It's 9 in the morning. This chapter came out mad late. They didn't start translating until like 10 at night. I'm like, wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this chapter definitely coming out at 3 like usual. So, hey, bright and early. I'm refreshed. I got some good night's sleep. Let's get into it. So, right where we left off, it says, what's going on in the mudded, mudded consciousness of Spinner? Consider the well-being of the hospital. Okay, this is Soji. I swear, if the answer is no, I'll never forgive you. And we cut to Spinner just spitting and foaming at the mouth. If I had considered you hurt me, what the deal with you? What? Koda turns around. That's Shoji-Kun's voice. What's up with that brat? Those are some serious scars. Yeah, but oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. I mean, there was like 2 tiny ones last chapter, but in this one panel you can really see there's like one scar right here and it goes all the way around his neck. There's another scar. Yeah, okay. Like in the last chapter you only saw those 2 tiny ones on his lip, but now you get like a full view, and he has some pretty bad ones. Yeah, jeez, man. Because last chapter we saw him as a kid and he had bandages on, so they did this to him as a kid. Yeesh. Yeah, but you got it. We'll follow you. We'll take Korogiri back, right? Please peach them to justice. You speak of Spinner, huh? Uh-huh. And his head, he's like screaming, and his pupil goes away, and his eyes completely white, and he says no idea. Jeez, he's completely out of it. And yeah, everybody heard that. No idea. Listen up. He means people have no idea of how much we suffered. It's that centipede guy from last chapter. That brat and Spinner aren't helping either. Onwards we go. This is a pretty cool shot of of Soji next panel with his hair down. Spinner, this attack will set our cars back 30 years. Shut up. Is he bleeding on the neck? He turned his head to say shut up, and it looked like he's bleeding on the neck. And then we cut to a panel with him and All For One. It's that panel where we saw like All For One like cover his face and he went into the darkness. I really don't. If you're going to use durability, then this one should help. I'll give him the quirk. Oh, so he has 2 quirks from All For One. Okay, so no wonder he can't hear it. Seriously? Because on his neck he was bleeding and I saw some spikes. I thought somebody threw something. But no, the next panel he's yelling. And we see like these giant scales. Kind of like crust quirk. I ain't gonna front. Kind of looks like crust quirk. It's like coming all over his body and forming like a protective like cell around him. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's just like, he's like out of it, so it's like kind of weird too. Seriously? Yo, next panel, All For One literally says scale armor. I'll grant you raw strength, heightened defense, and the appearance of a true leader. Nah, that wasn't scale armor that Crust had, but no, never mind. That can't be Crust Core because he got fully disintegrated from Sagaraki. Oh, never mind. When Sagaraki did that decay wave, you guys know, that Nomu grabbed Aizawa. He was finna decay, and then Crust cut the Nomu, and he was like, and then he got decayed. So this can't be Crust Core. Unless All For One took it like years ago, made a duplicate and give it back to Crust, but that doesn't make any sense, So this can't be Crust. Be fine with anything. Oh yeah, we cut to the League of Legends. Yo, okay, that's kind of funny. We cut to a panel of Sigaraki. I guess he's talking to Spinner. He said, "You used to play LOL, me too. Though I always played solo, League of Legends." Okay, and Spinner looks like a he kind of look like Ganchamakia in this panel with all the crust around him, and I think he punches Soji. Yeah, he goes flying a little bit. One of his arms get cut off, but he's fine because he can grow them back. And he's on the side of a building, and Spinner's cutting off the rest of his arms with his giant sword. I think he got bigger. I don't know. Press forward. So Sogi's on the side of a building. Spinner's like trying to cut his arms off. He did cut one off. Sogi's like, trying to brace himself, trying to back up from Spinner, running at him with his giant swords of swords. And Spinner just looks like a monster. What happened here? Sogi's still on the side of the building. A few more arms get cut off. And oh, okay. So Spinner, he jumped on the same building Sogi was on, like grabbed the legs like the Hulk. I mean, not the leg, but he like palm like the whole surface. He just jumped on like the Hulk does. Koda, Shoji-Kun, the centipede guy. Everyone, let's follow in the footsteps of our leader. Let's grasp the courage and strike back at our oppressors. The revolution requires martyrdom. The blood spilled today will benefit the future of all heteromorphs. Koda looks pretty mad. This can't be serious. Shoji-Kun is... Oh, we'll get a little flashback. Oh! He's showing his face to his classmates. Okay. Okay, I didn't think he did this before. We cut to a flashback of him showing his face to his classmates in the dorm. Shoji-Kun is... And he took his bandage and mask off. They see his scars. Everybody's pretty surprised. And he's talking through the mouth he makes. He says, "My parents didn't have arms like mine. I come from a horrific backwater village where pure blood was so important. They used to take arms to children. They used to even take arms to children to keep things pure. Others like Tokiyami or Koda, although born in the cities, they think things like that are behind them. But there are still many messed up places where folk won't even blink an eye at murdering children for the sake of purity." Jeez. And in this panel where he's talking about it, we see a panel of like Kid Koda. He's getting beat up by some... Not Koda, my bad. Kid Soji. He's getting beat up by some adults. And Mina... Yes, she's pretty mad. That's disgusting. The world would be better off if they were dead. That's all well and good, but pure justice world still exists. Pre-justice would still exist. And Mineta looks kind of shocked. Oh, he looks shocked because it cuts back to the sports festival. And he'll like, "Oh no, I called him an octopus. I'm sorry, I don't I don't think you're gross or anything like that. It's natural to think of an octopus when you see my arms." So you're like, "Hey man, it's all good. I mean, my hero name is Tentacle. And I myself like to watch stuff like the most villain looking like heroes rankings. I'm not bothered by it. I don't worry about it. However, these scars and the fact that I'm a heteromorph really give a significant impression. That's why I wear a mask. I don't want people thinking I'm out for for retribution." Tokiyami, that is true strength. I have a ton of painful memories and no way I shall ever forget them. But I only see one panel. I can't tell what's going on in this panel. As soon as he says "but," it's like just one flashback panel, but it's like all dust and stuff. Yeah, I can't tell what's going on. But instead of drilling on it, oh, It's a little girl in a river. Oh, this the backstory? Oh, a little girl in a river. She's drowning. Soji stretches out his arms to grab the leg, and he grabs the little girl before she goes off the waterfall. I chose the embrace. Little kid Soji. The happy memory that one time I was overjoyed to have this body of mine. That's nice. Stop, that's too sad. We won't let you just have one. From now on, we'll make a ton of happy memories between us all. Everybody get under Soji's like arm flaps and start hugging him. This is the comfiest spot. Soji, yeah. I don't think that over a century of prejudice will be over in our lifetime. That's why I'll continue the efforts of those who became before me. I shall carry the torch. Oh. Yo, is that like a... Is that... Yo. Is that Koda? His like horn is like bigger now. And it has like tiny other horns off to the side. Yo, is he awakening his quirk? Oh my goodness. I thought it was like a flashback panel to like somebody in the past that was like trying to help out with the hedomorph stuff, but nah, I think this is Koda right now, like stretching like his quirks, or his body's evolving. Okay, he pushed some guy to the side and he's running over to Soji. We cut down to a panel where Soji's like using his body like Spider-Man. He flings over to a different building, and the Spinner's still after him. Become the world's coolest hero, and then I'll pass this good memory on to the next generation. I too have suffered discrimination. Our oppressors will never be on the right. But isn't there another way? Several shelters turned me away. No heteromorphs allowed, they said. Oh, this is that girl. We never got her name. I kept trying to find a picture for the longest to put it in the thumbnail. It's that dolphin girl that Deku saved, and she came to UA, and then she hugged Deku with Koda, and then Soji was also chilling with her. Because when all the students left out of UA to go to the other dorm to prepare for like 1 week, Soji, he was talking to her, and I was like, uh-oh, something going on. But what is her name? Like the whole time we knew her for so long before we left. We never got. I got lucky. Like that one thumbnail she's in, I kept looking up like Dolphin Girl from like chapter whatever, and I finally found out. I was like, thank you. I got so lucky that one chapter I put it in the thumbnail. I got so lucky because they never said her name. So I was like, what is her name, dog? Anyway, my bad. Several shelters started me away. No heteromorphs allowed, they said. Spinner, I don't care. Tear it down. Yo, this Soji's arm. Think carefully on how to channel your rage. After all, we're the ones who carry these scars. And he's like, his arm's like all bent and contorted, and his hand's like this, and there's a lot of blood in it. It looks like he's gonna come down with a mean palm strike. I think he made his arm bigger too. It looks kind of cool. All the heteromorphs hear this and turn around, and then the centipede guy. And such an argument was enough. We wouldn't have granted so many. You don't give us concrete alternatives. We're just sowing our blow to the ego. And he shows one of his scars on his head. It just shows you've been discriminated by the humans. You lost your will fighting. You lost your fighting will. Okay. Koda did upgrade. He turns to the side and it's like a gigantic swarm of birds. And the next panel, Koda says, "Don't you dare laugh at Shoji-Kun." And his horn did get massively bigger. No, it's not like different horns come off to the side. One horn got bigger and like the skin is coming off. So, okay, so that's his quirk awakening in like moments of great stress. Your quirk evolves. So, I guess his voice can go out larger, and that's why it's such a big swarm of birds. And of course, so his quirk got longer range with his voice, and I guess his body just changed with it to get a longer range of his voice. Oh, it is like larger horn supposed to be like an antenna. Okay, that's kind of like an antenna. Okay, I get it now. I get it. So his horn got larger, his voice range got larger. Okay. We cut back. Spinner is making no. What's going on with his Soji's body? He's like wrapping more of his tentacle parts around one arm. You can see you zoom in on Spinner's eye that's under all the crust. Disgusting. What can I say? It's just who I am. Challenge Acerbity, chapter 371N. And that one arm he just put all the tentacle stuff on with the eyeballs, it's like super bulky. He's coming down for a mean punch. Okay. Okay, that was cool. That was pretty cool. I ain't gonna front. So, this is Quirk Awakening? It kind of seemed like, because in that panel, he like put even more flesh on that one arm he was cocking back. And you can see eyeballs and stuff like he like just like mounting all the flesh he could on that one arm. And then that one arm is connected to the other arm and he's coming down for a punch. So I guess he can like make his limbs bigger now. Cause like last chapter I kept thinking like, what if Soji's awakening quirk thing he can like, cause he could already make his limbs kind of big and like get like bulky or somewhat. But it'd be kind of cool if he can like get gigantic like Spinner. Like, you know, Spinner is so big. I was like, how's he gonna like Spinner is his main fight? How's he gonna fight this guy? Cause he's so big. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe he can like do something with his quirk to make himself really big or make gigantic fist and then do an octo blow. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be really cool. It seems like he's starting to do something like that now because it's like that one arm. It's not gigantic like Spinner, but it's pretty huge. Like that one arm, it's pretty bulky. So he's gonna do some good damage. Well, Spinner got all the armor on now. Before he didn't have this, I don't know. It's gonna take a few hits. This was a good chapter. We got more insight on Soji's story. I remember I heard Horikoshi said that the reason he wears a mask was because he scared a little girl with his face and he didn't want to scare anybody else, so he puts the mask on. So when I saw the little girl, I thought she was gonna get scared of Soji after he saved her, but nah, she was grateful. Obviously, she almost died. So this Soji backstory is pretty nice. I like that. And it obviously is different from Koda's and Tokoyami because they mix in that last chapter. Like people in the cities, they are more progressive, so they're okay with heteromorphs. They're friends with them. They're like whatever, but in like backwater villages and stuff. I wonder how Soji got here then. Like, I mean, obviously his parents probably want him to have a better life, and they want a better life too, so they probably came to the city. But anyway, you know, in like the backwater villages, like the towns that's not in the city, they're not so much progressive, and they hate heteromorphs, and they're even willing to kill children because they want pure blood like that. So that's pretty wild. I did not think he sold his face to Class 1A already. That's pretty cool. I guess that's about, and everybody like hugging on Soji. That was pretty cute. that was pretty cute. I like that. I guess hopefully we continue to fight. I mean, yeah, we were in the UA battle for so long. It was at least 5+ chapters. I guess we're gonna just cut away. We'll get like 5+ chapters for each individual. We got this fight going on, so hopefully we continue with this fight. We also got Yama and Fat Gum versus All For One Assassin fight. So that's one more fight. We got Kirishima, Mina, and whoever else fighting that one guy with the plague mask with the skull that killed Miss Midnight. That's another one. We got who else we got? We had Toga, Umuraka, and Suyu, and Gang Orca. That's another one. That one chapter when we were catching on where everybody was, they did mention that Sero and Sato was on a Briggs fighting villains, but we didn't like go there. Like each time we went somewhere, the perspective would go on that character, and we'll see them fighting whoever, and then we'll see some big villain come out, and it's like, then we'll cut to somewhere else. But we didn't get that for the Briggs, so I'm guessing there's nobody really big and important at the Briggs, so we're not gonna cut back. I mean, I guess we could, and I guess Horikoshi didn't want to reveal who Sato and Sarah was gonna fight on the Briggs. I just remember that one chapter because we didn't even know there was like a Briggs section until that one chapter we checked up on everybody, and they were like, "Oh yeah, Sero and Sato on that bridge right now fighting." I'm like, "Oh, there's another spot going on." Okay, okay. So we got that, and yeah, that's it. We got the parking lot Facum, Gayaksha Makia, Kirishima. We got Umaraka Umaraka Toga on that weird island in the middle of the ocean, and this fight, and then obviously we got UA going on. So that's about it. So hopefully we continue with the Sulky stuff next chapter. So, like, share, and subscribe. I see you all later. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all out there for being wonderful human beings, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. All right.